Richard, your thoughts on this forthcoming weekend's big fight? It's the much anticipated rematch between Conor Benn and Chris Eubank Jr. How do you see this one? Obviously, as I've stated before, I'm not a fan of the rehydration clause. Here we are yet again.
Hi, London people.
Now we'll be watching this one fight. I'm not a fan of the rehydration clause, and I don't think it's right. Yet again, here we are. Yet again, history repeating itself.
I think your predictions are very good, Michael. The ninth round? I think it will finish.
Well, I'm going for the ninth round for Eubank Jr. I think he's going to go into this fight a little bit more. How should I say? A little bit more determined to show that he is the boss. Okay. You know, I don't think this rehydration clause. It obviously doesn't really sit well with him. Yes, he signed up for it, you know, but I don't believe he actually was the one who would have said, "Oh, okay, I'll tell you what, I'll fight your guy, I'll come down in weight." There's no way that he's going to say that. It's something that was put to him, instigated by whoever. I think it's Eddie, possibly at the forefront here, who's possibly the instigator. Again, I can't say for definite, but whoever's idea it was, and fingers would point at Eddie. And I think it's wrong what they've done the first time, and I believe the second time, this rematch now, Ben performed a lot better than many felt he would have done, and he really did. You know, he showed. You know, he ticked many boxes, and he really gave Eubank a great fight. That's without a shadow of a doubt. But if Ben is so confident of such a win and he's promoted Eddie Earnest, then why didn't they this time just let Chris Eubank Jr. come in at his natural weight, none of this rehydration clause where he's endangering himself, and come in at his weight of 168, fully fledged super middleweight, and, you know, then Ben meets him head on, you know, a middleweight, a catchweight contest. It's happened before, but
I think Conor Benn can win this fight, Michael. And for myself, I think he maybe will win this fight. I think maybe.
I see Eubank Jr. turning it around. I really do, and I see about the 9th, 10th round. My predictions are quite lousy, but I think that Eubank will turn it round. I just see him unloading a left hook, and it just detonating, and Ben sort of like him getting stopped. I think Eubank I think it's added extra spike to him. I mean, you know, if you make a guy do this a second time, it's gonna really sort of like get him geared up more so. And
two different fighters, one with a jab, you know, a lot of jabs, you know, and the other one like Mike Tyson style, you know.
He comes forward, and that's all he can do is come forward against Eubank, because Eubank's got the height, you know, and the reach advantage over Ben.
Yes.
Ben's a naturally smaller guy. But the thing is, with their fathers, they never had this rehydration clause because they were both, you know, bona fide middleweight, super middleweights.
Yeah.
You know, Ben is really a welterweight, and so yeah, he's coming up. But again,
as you told before, Michael, the fight is supposed to be at 168 pounds, Michael.
Well, it should be, yes. But Leonard Lalonde, getting back to Leonard Lalonde, that was at 168, and Lalonde's title was still on the line. Now, Leonard, coming into that fight, it's like with any fight, even Saturday night's fight between Ben and Eubank. The guy coming up in weight, as opposed to a guy coming down. The guy coming down in weight is going to lose his edge. He's going to be weak. He's going to be a lot weaker than the guy coming up.
It's logical.
And Ben, it suits him because he's being that bit stronger, because he's a come forward type of guy. So that's more up his alley. But Eubank, he, as I said, I'm not a fan of the hydration clause. As for this video that's emerged from Eubank Jr. about, I don't believe for 1 minute Eddie stopped these AMs moving away, you know, getting medical assistance. I don't believe that was Eddie Earn's fault. It was just normal procedure with the stadium staff, the security. You know, they do hold up things. They're really a bunch of wallies. Most of these security people.
Oscar de la Hoya said he didn't like this fight, Michael. Oscar de la Hoya at all.
I don't think that was.
He's a legend.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
You talk about the legend, yeah.
Yeah. Lalonde is a legend also, legendary puncher. And, this fight, it seems that Evian is very, he's desperate to get a win over Eubank. It just seems that it's like personal with him. And, but I really can't see it happening. I believe that Eubank's going to, it's not going to be, it's either repeat or revenge. I think it's going to be repeat. I see Eubank winning late stoppage or points. But where does that leave him? Ben, it doesn't matter what happens. He can get a world title fight at welterweight. This is more his weight. And Eubank can go for Terence Crawford possibly.
And it's not only a fight, Michael. It's a family affair. It's not only a fight.
What their fathers done. They fought a great fight, but they're not quite as good as their fathers. That's my opinion. I don't think a lot of people say to me, Mike, you're biased. You keep living in the past. You keep going on about with these other great fighters. Chris Eubank Sr. and Nigel Benn were better than their sons. Nothing less, nothing more. They were better. Nigel was a better puncher than Conor, and Chris was a better all-round fighter than Eubank Jr.
Oh, yeah?
These two captivated the British fight public, and obviously after this domestic dust-up of theirs in November 1990 for the WBO middleweight, their return match, the rematch at Manchester United Old Trafford Ground for the super middleweight, that generated so much, so much money and interest worldwide in world boxing, because these were two tried and tested fighters at world level. Now, the sons cannot replicate what they have done. They can't. They're just not that good enough. But yes, it's a family affair. The Ben Eubank, it's this rivalry, and I'm sure
that's why it's a dangerous fight, Michael. It's a dangerous fight. Yeah.
I'm sure. Well, more so for Eubank Jr. because, as I said before, he's coming down in weight as opposed to Ben going up. So it's dangerous for Eubank Jr.
Yeah.
The Ben, I'm sure a lot of viewers, listeners are aware of this simple fact that a Ben has never beaten a Eubank in the prize ring. Never. But I'll just tell you a funny story. Chris Eubank Sr. is a character. Nigel Benn is the dead opposite. He's a very sort of like aggressive guy, terrific puncher, great fighter, an art of the lion,
Yeah.
And then you've got Eubank, who's more of a guy from the streets of Ilford, I live in Ilford. But then you've got Eubank, obviously the kind of charismatic, old-fashioned, debonair English gentleman. And obviously that upset Nigel, and it's quite funny. But they had a third meeting, not an actual fight, but it was a thing called Clash of the Titans. It was a program only aired in England. It might be online on YouTube. Okay. And they partook in this sort of like, in these different sort of tasks against each other. Eubank Senior and Nigel Benn. And they were sort of like, and anyway, Ben won a few. And anyhow, but what happened, it came to an head because Eubank upset Nigel Benn. And Ben came up to him and he shoved Eubank. And this was very real. This was not mucking about. And he said, "You want to go then to Eubank Senior?" Eubank Senior went, He said, come here, please, Nigel, come here. And they were saying, no. They're all stopping it. Kevin Lucian, Ben's agent, he was stopping it from a British welterweight champ. And he was stopping it. And all of a sudden, okay then. And Eubank Senior came up to Nigel Benn and shoved Ben back. And he went, "I got you back, Nigel. I got you." And I thought that was hilarious. It was so tit for tat. It was so kind of petty, but it was funny because this is the pride of Chris Eubank. I'm going to get you back. No matter what, I'm going to trick you, but I'm going to get you back. And I thought that was hilarious. It was great for TV. But yeah, Ben Eubank, obviously it's being carried on now. The baton has been passed to these two now, the sons. Yeah, they're putting it on great, and they put on a great fight first time round. Even if they put on a great fight for 10 more points, it's just not Nigel and Christopher.
It's not a legendary fight, as
but not like
you tried to explain to me.
Yeah. It's not their rivalry. What they had, Nigel and Chris Senior, was special. What these two have, yes, it's special, but not as special. But these two, let's say they put up a great fight, but more importantly, they both leave the ring healthy and and they're okay. More so for Eubanks Jr. because I'm really, I was concerned the first time. I don't know Chris Eubanks Jr. personally. Just what I've seen him, he seems a nice guy. Irrespective of whether he's a nice guy or he's not, I don't want to see a boxer get hurt. All because of a...
I agree with that, Michael.
It's wrong. It's really wrong.
But that's why, I told you, it's a family affair and a lot of pride, in this fight.
Absolutely.
And that's...
Yes, I love the fight.
Period.
And it's a great matchup. It's what boxing needs, fights like this. But as for the ring being smaller, I don't think that is going to be the case. I believe they've got to have it in championship size ring.
Okay.
More so a fight of this, this proportion. It's
good
a massive fight.
Yeah.
It's got to be full. They can't start cutting ring ropes to make the ring smaller. That's something they can't do. That is definitely going against the rules.
Okay.
So, but obviously a smaller ring would be better suited to the slugger, which is Ben. But Eubank Jr., he'll be okay. I think he will get through, and I think he will start to get to Conor Ben more so this time. The first round of Saturday's fight is not round 1. It's round 13.
Ah, yeah, I like what you say now.
It's a continuation.
I like what you say now, yes. Yeah. That's interesting, Michael. So, you think Chris Eubank Jr. Will win this fight at the 9th round?
Stoppage. 9th, 10th round.
By stoppage? By stoppage? Oh, yeah. Okay. I think Conor Ben will win this fight. I think Conor will win this fight, and I think he will win.
Stoppage your points. Stoppage your points.
Oh.
How'd you see it? Come on. Who do you reckon? Stoppage your points for Ben. What do you reckon? Maybe by point, but maybe by stoppage also. But I think Ben, he won't be the weaker guy, in this fight, and I think he will win this fight, Michael. I think. Okay, that's fair enough. I'm going Eubank 10th round stoppage. Left hook does it.
So I just want to talk, about another fight. Two other fights. A local fight here in Montreal. Francis Lafreniere will fight Francis Ntetu. Ntetu is from Kinshasa.
Oh, so yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah. The young Bertha Valley Foreman.
Yeah, the Rumble in the Jungle, Michael, in 1974. And Ntetu, he fought with David Benavidez. Do you know this gentleman?
Yes, I do indeed. Yeah.
And he lost this fight, but he's a good fighter. He's got 43 years old, I think. He's not young, this gentleman, but he's a very good fighter. And won this fight. He will fight after, I think, Jean-Pascal. You know Jean-Pascal?
Oh, wow.
Yes. Jean-Pascal fought with Carl Froch, a very good fighter.
You know something? That fight with Carl Froch entered to the ring to the Guns N' Roses tune, Welcome to the Jungle. Well, that was Carl Froch's first ever world title fight. After 12 rounds with Pascal, Carl Froch was in Pascal's jungle, not the other way around. He was took into the trenches in that fight by Pascal.
Okay.
Just like Calzaghe was against Chris Eubank.
Oh, yes.
1997. And that was more Pascal's jungle than it ever was Froch's. But Froch won the fight, absolute classic. And I tell you now, what a warrior. And you've got that other great fighter. He's a throwback from Canada. Billy, the super middleweight Billy.
The
What's his
Superman.
fight? He fought on the same.
Emily. Canelo. The Canelo with I don't know.
Before, but he fought on the undercard.
I don't
It
remember.
was an absolute slugfest. It was like, give and take. It was just.
Oh, yes.
It was like a throwback.
But Michael, Jean Pascal, it will be the last fight he's gonna fight, in his career. It's the last fight, because he's not young, this gentleman, he got crushed. But for us here, he's one of the best fighter ever, in Quebec, Jean Pascal. We love Jean Pascal here, so he won this fight against Mr. Francis Ntetu, So that's it for that. And Virgil Ortiz won this fight, against Lubin, Erickson, Lubin, and it's finished at the second round by TKO, Michael, at the Dickies Arena, Fort Worth, Texas. It was a very good fight. Eddie Hearn was there. Why? Because he want a fight, Jaron Ennis against Virgil Ortiz, I think it will be a great fight, but Jaron Ennis, he's a very good fighter with 35 wins, no defeats, undisputed champion, against Virgil Ortiz, a very good fighter, Michael, with 24 wins and 23 KOs, Michael. It's a lot.
Well, that's 100% KO ratio.
Oh, yes. A very good fighter to come for the WBC interim, super welterweight. I think it will be a nice fight. And Michael, Lara, will fight Alim Kanulai, a very good 2020. Lara is not young, this gentleman, 42 years old, a champion, a champion. He's got the WBA champion middleweight, He's going to fight Alim Kanulai, a great champion, Alim Kanulai, And by the Ring magazine, Alim Kanulai is the first one. The first one. I think it will be a very nice fight, this fight, So Lara, 31 wins, 3 defeats, Michael. And Alim Kanulai, 17 wins and 12 KOs. It's a lot, So that's it for that, Michael, for me.
well, as I say, getting back to Saturday's fight, kind of been Chris Eubank Jr. Let's hope the best man wins. Let's hope they both leave that being
Michael.
Fine, with their faculties intact. That's the most important thing.
And we like, the fathers. The fathers are wonderful,
Absolutely.
And I think we'll see a very good fight Saturday night, Michael. So everybody, I don't know, maybe give us in comments, who's do you think is going to win this fight, this weekend, Saturday night. Yeah. It will be very, very nice like that,
So listeners, viewers, beneath me, beneath Richard, put your comments. Who you think's going to win, Conor Benn or Chris Eubank Jr.?
Yes,
it's a great fight, and it's going to be great for British boxing and also for boxing.
Absolutely, Michael. At the London Montreal Boxing Show, the most important thing, Michael.
Absolutely. Class and respect. Absolutely.
Bye-bye, Michael.
What's that? Bonjour, Quebec.
Bonjour, Québec. Bonjour, les Québécois.
Bonjour, les Québécois.
Bonjour, les Québécois.
Bonjour, les Québécois.
Yes. Yeah, good.
I'm going. See you later.
Bye-bye. See you later, my friend. Bye-bye.
Bye.